Hey, good evening. How are ya? I want to give you a second to join from around the world. And as you tune in with me, please just introduce yourself and tell everybody where you're watching from right now. Okay. I wanted to jump on tonight because normally I am doing live streams in the morning. And given that there is a huge global audience here, I wanted to make sure that if you're somewhere else in the world other than the Eastern time zone, which is where I am right now in the United States, that you had a chance to join me in a live stream. And here's what I wanted to talk about. Do you feel overwhelmed right now? Yes? Oh, okay. I'm not the only one that feels overwhelmed. Okay, good. I find it very comforting when I know that I'm not the only person who feels a certain way. And whether you are overwhelmed right now because of your job or because of your health or because of what you're seeing unfold in the news or the world around you, or whether you're overwhelmed because you just have so much on your plate, you feel like you are standing underneath an avalanche. I hate that I see so many hearts going because that's a terrible place to be. I want to share a surprisingly simple thing that you can do in order to deal with overwhelm. And the reason why I say that this is surprising is because whenever you feel overwhelmed, isn't it true that the last thing that you want to do is take on anything else? You're sort of like, I can't do one more thing. I barely have time to go to the bathroom. I'm so overwhelmed. And that's why what I'm about to recommend is incredibly surprising. Because this is going to seem like it's super counterintuitive as a solution based on research and based on, for sure, my personal experience, as a solution to moments in time where you feel overwhelmed by life or by the world or by what you're facing. Now, what is that surprisingly simple solution as a way to deal with overwhelm? Well, the surprisingly simple solution is to take on a simple little challenge that you're going to take on every day. You're going to take on something that aligns with growth and change. It pushes you forward and it gives you something to look forward to every day. Because part of the reason why overwhelm is so debilitating is because when you're overwhelmed, your focus is scattered across absolutely everything. And you're thinking about your family and your health and the news and the this and the that and the presentation and the emails you didn't do and da 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 da. And at the end of the day, each and every one of those things is not really that important. There's probably, can we agree, 1, 2, or 3 things a day that really matter, that really need your attention? And the reason why we get so freaking overwhelmed with life is we allow our attention to get scattered and to get pulled in a bazillion different directions. And the solution to feeling more in control and to literally dealing with overwhelm, which is just an overwhelming amount of things that really, most of which are not that all important to you, but they're just distracting you, which then pulls your attention away from what really matters. You see, I'd rather have you do 2 or 3 things a day that really matter to you and let the rest just kind of fall where they fall, right? And so the surprisingly simple way to deal with overwhelm is to pick one thing that you're going to focus on every day for you. Like no matter what, you're going to do this thing. You're going to add a little structure. You're going to add something that you're committing to as a way to laser your focus on something that's in your control. It's absolutely awesome how this works. So I'm going to give you an example. When my husband first got diagnosed with depression, he became very overwhelmed. And what I noticed is that he decided to take this online fitness challenge. That's a little bit more than I'm telling you that you should do. But he did this fitness mental toughness challenge called 75 Hard. And even though it was a pain and even though it was hard, having this challenge to focus on as something he had chosen that he was going to commit to every day gave his life a simple structure that had a lot of things that were distracting him fall to the wayside. Same thing happened with our daughter. She became very overwhelmed after she graduated from college. She did not know what she wanted to do. She was in a really unhealthy place, and committing to a simple set of new healthy habits that really were things she could control and committing to doing it for 3 months, it gave her this real discipline around focusing on what mattered to her. And the overwhelm started to disappear because when you create a simple structure for yourself and you say, you know what I'm going to do this week, no matter what this week, I'm just going to get up when the alarm rings and I am going to move my body for 30 minutes. And that is the simple structure I am going to put in place for me. And the reason why simple structures like this are so important is because in a sea of this, which is what overwhelm is, like all this stuff, you're like, nope, there is one thing that I am going to do for myself today. And that is the thing that I am going to focus on. And when you give yourself a simple structure, because you decided you're going to work on one thing, it puts on like blinders. Have you ever seen horses that get those blinders kind of on that? Like it is focusing your attention on something that matters to you. And that one surprisingly simple thing, give yourself a simple structure of one thing you're going to do every single day that gives you something to look forward to, that gives you a way to anchor in a sea of chaos and distraction. And you know that if you could just move your body for 30 minutes a day, or if you just got up and you journaled every morning, or if you just meditated for 10 minutes a day, and you were going to commit to doing that, a simple structure. And interesting, I see Pam saying, Mel, those little things, you know what it does? It keeps a horse from spooking because there's nothing coming at them this way. And isn't it true that life feels like it's coming at you like this? So a simple structure that you put in place, that's something you're excited about, you're empowered by, that you just want to do just because, a challenge, it raises your gaze. It raises your gaze from this crap and all this stuff, and it laser focuses you on one thing that you can control that you're going to do for you. And I'll tell you, it never fails. The second that I feel overwhelmed, I guarantee you, my simple structures, getting up when the alarm rings, high-fiving the mirror, moving my body for 30 minutes, journaling, picking one thing to make progress on, drinking my water, like all the reaching out to front, that stuff goes by the wayside. The simple structure, which you don't want to put in place because you're so overwhelmed and you can't handle one more thing, it's actually exactly what you need. And it's also a reason, I'm so glad you guys are getting something out of this quick pep talk, because I was thinking a lot about this today. I was driving into Boston. We're looking at office space. We've got a ton of stuff going on, project with Audible. We're going down to New York this week. I'm so overwhelmed. I started to cry in the back seat of the car heading in. And I just said to the person sitting, I don't think I can do all that. I just can't do all this. And then I thought, oh my God, I know what's missing. The simple structures that I put in place for me. The simple structures that always make me feel a little bit more in control. They've literally gone by the wayside because I have allowed myself to get so overwhelmed. And the way that you slice through the overwhelm and you take control again is, I want you to say one thing in the comments. One simple thing that you could add into your day. Is it 30 minutes of exercise? Is it a walk outside? Is it meditating? Is it getting up when the alarm rings? Is it cutting out alcohol for the week? Is it spending 10 minutes working on a project you've been avoiding? What is one thing that you could add back in as a simple structure? For me, it always comes back to this when I'm overwhelmed. I got to go back to the basics. And that's the other reason why I wanted to jump on, because I'm going back to doing something that I haven't done in 3 years. You have been begging me for this, and I want to make sure you are aware that this is going down. So for the first time in years, I have designed a brand new program that's all about simple structure, everybody. If you have ever wanted me, Mel Robbins, to be your coach, this is your opportunity. I am in the middle of registration for a brand new 5-week-long coaching experience where I am your coach for 5 weeks straight. Every day, I am going to give you the simple structure, the daily accountability, the encouragement, the lessons and the learning that you need, the wisdom that you need around habits, around managing overwhelm. We're going to practice this stuff together. The coaching experience is called Launch with Mel Robbins because I want to teach you how to launch through the overwhelm, the fear, the self-doubt that's paralyzing you. I want to teach you how to launch your project forward, yourself forward, your life forward. If you want to feel like a new person by June 13th, do not miss this opportunity. How do you find out about it? Just go to the link in the comment. It's melrobbins.com/launch. We opened this up for registration yesterday. There are already hundreds. By tomorrow, we will have at least 1,000 people registered. We are already letting people into our private group on Facebook. If you're not a Facebook person, no problem. I have super strict guidelines around Facebook. I put my lawyer hat on and I'm a real jerk in terms of like kicking people out. But we also make sure that if you're somebody that doesn't want to be in that group, that you can experience everything that I'm doing every day inside that group in our course portal. So by June 13th, this is over. This program starts on Monday, and it is a daily coaching program that takes less than 30 minutes a day. I know what you're asking. Wait a minute, I'm in Australia, Mel. Great, we got lots of people from Australia. In fact, we have a ton of countries represented already. And we have created this experience so that this is not a course where you're going to get a huge library of content, everybody. This is a coaching experience where every day you're going to be learning about what habits you need to practice. And we're going to start with just one. I'm going to practice it with you. I'm going to give you brand new content from my life as we're going through this every single day. In fact, this week I'll be posting about us being in New York. We're in meetings for this new podcast. Next week, I'm going to take you on the road with us as well. And so I'm going to be doing this course in my life while I'm leading it. It takes less than 30 minutes a day. In addition to this starting on Monday and ending June 13th in terms of the daily portion, there is live coaching once a month through September. Now, I could blab on and on and on and on, but here's what I want you to know. I am so committed to you launching through the self-doubt and fear that's holding you back. I'm so committed to you launching into the most exciting and fun and energizing chapter of your life. I am so committed to you not missing out on the life that you could be living because you're too scared or paralyzed or overwhelmed, that I want you in this and I want you supported. And a couple things. We have support around the clock overnight. So if you're in daytime in Australia, guess what? Someone from my team is in there helping and supporting people. We have cleared the decks for 5 weeks so that you have not only me, but you got my team there to help and coach and support you. And finally, we have 3 different ways you can pay for this. If you cannot afford it, do not do it. But we have heard you loud and clear that you want to jump in this in a way that you can manage financially. So there are two different payment plans. I see a lot of you asking questions about, is it a certain time? Every morning you get an email. I will be posting new content about what we're doing every single morning. You will get a link to that. I will also be coaching you in both the course portal and the Facebook group in the comments. There are 6 live trainings in the next 5 weeks. The times are staggered. So even if you're in a different part of the world, there will be a live training where we answer all kinds of questions about the course material that everybody in the course submits. You will be able to get to one of them live in your time zone for sure. And they're also in the course portal, and you get a link to them so you're not going to miss a thing. In addition, once we end the 5 weeks of daily coaching and accountability and support and encouragement, helping you launch forward, there are still monthly live coaching sessions that I'm doing all the way through September. So Launch with Mel Robbins is a 5-week daily coaching program with me as your coach. And then it moves to a monthly live coaching session carrying you with support and with me as your coach all the way through September. That is what this is. It is going to fill up and sell out. We are capping it so that we can coach and take care of you. If you want more information, please go to melrobbins.com/launch to see if this is a fit for you. I would love, love, love to be your coach. I would love to spend the next 5 weeks with you every single day. I would love to see you tap into the person that's buried beneath the doubt, the fear, the overwhelm, the crap that the pandemic's just hammered on all of us, and feel like a different person on June 13th, because the things you will have learned and practiced and done in this live coaching experience, Launch with Mel Robbins, will make you a different person, because you will be acting the entire time and practicing new habits with me that align with where you're going, not with where you've been. How freaking cool is that? Everything that you need is on the webpage. So just go to melrobbins.com/launch. I guarantee you there's probably somebody from the part of the world where you are watching this from right now who's already registered. We've already started there's several hundred people who are already in the private group, who are downloading the materials and getting into the course. We kick off on Monday. If you're looking for the perfect Mother's Day gift, and you want to really help a woman who never puts herself first, buy her this coaching experience with me, or hell, give it to yourself as a Mother's Day gift, because the best thing that you could ever do for yourself is to give yourself time and attention to grow, and to surround yourself with people who are committed to your growth and to encouraging and empowering you to launch through your fears. Alrighty, that's it. I love you. Have a wonderful night. I can't wait to see you probably again here tomorrow. In case nobody else tells you today, let me tell you, I believe in you and I love you, and I believe in your ability to launch forward. Hey, it's Mel. Thank you so much for being here. If you enjoyed that video, by God, please subscribe, because I don't want you to miss a thing. Thank you so much for being here. We've got so much amazing stuff coming. Thank you so much for sending this stuff to your friends and your family. I love you. We create these videos for you, so make sure you subscribe. Mwah.